what have your health advisors told you your level of concern should be about monkeypox in the cases that are in the United States and around the world?
You're joking. Not another one?
Sends a signal that you took the tablet. Imagine the applications of that, compliance.
Which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay in 2054.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
President Biden massively misstates U.S. foreign policy again. Bill Maher goes on a tear against trans kids or the idea that parents are letting their kids do whatever it is they want. Monkeypox, what you need to know and what you don't need to know. And also, there's some fake news going around on our side that you should be aware of. There's a video making its way around the internet that's not what you think it is. All that and more coming up on this episode of Daily Caller Live. My name is Jobob. Daily Caller Live starts right. Give it a second. Oh my gosh, we're suffering some technical difficulties. It starts right now.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
That might be the only brown guy on earth named Jobob.
That is actually her name, Jobob.
Live from the dingy bunker, completely cut off from the outside world, except for you fine folks. My name is Jobob. This is Daily Caller Live. Thanks so much for tuning in today. On today, it is Monday, May 23rd, the year of our Lord 2022. New you in 22. Get it started soon-ish. Joe Biden went to Asia. He's in Asia now. I think it's like a 4-day trip. Misstated some U.S. foreign policy again. We've had problems with him saying the wrong thing in the past. Not talking about bumbling and kind of, whatever, but misstating military U.S. foreign policy. He's doing it again. Bill Maher also, too, went on a roll on Friday. We've got a lot of clips from that you've got to check out. And then the monkeypox thing, which is a whole different thing. I want to get to this first because I think this is actually pretty dang important. President Biden, again, like we mentioned, is in Asia. This was from this is Korea or Japan. I'm not entirely sure where he is right here, but this was last night. President Biden misstated U.S. foreign military policy again, and I feel like this is a big deal that he continues to do this, especially now on the world stage. He did this last in a town hall with Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper said, hey, what are we going to do if China invades Taiwan? Joe Biden said, well, we're going to engage militarily. That is not the U.S. specific policy when it comes to military engagement with China in Taiwan. He misstates it again here. I'm going to have you watch this video, and then we're going to explain why it freaking matters a lot. The president, again, getting things wrong, not in the bumbly, but in literally, this is a big deal on a global stage with everybody watching. Watch this.
You didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
Whoa.
That's the commitment we made. We are not, look, here's the situation. We agree with a one China policy. We signed on to it and all the attendant agreements made from there. But the idea that it can be taken by force, is just not appropriate. It will dislocate the entire region and be another action similar to what happened in Ukraine. And so it's a burden that is even stronger.
Okay, couple caveats, and I want to explain what is happening here because it's important to understand what the U.S. policy actually is. In regards to China and their inevitable, probably, unfortunately, invasion of Taiwan, the U.S. policy around that is strategic ambiguity. We're not saying that we're going to defend Taiwan. We're not saying that we won't. The idea has become ambiguous in our decision whether or not we're going to actually go to war with China if they invade Taiwan. There's several reasons for that we won't get into right now, but that is the stated U.S. foreign policy. Now, when Joe Biden did this at a town hall with Anderson Cooper a couple months ago, Anderson Cooper was a double take. Like, hold up, are you changing foreign policy? And then they moved on. They stopped talking about the question, just like they did here. The White House then immediately after that press conference, that town hall back in like November or October or maybe even December of last year, walked it back immediately. Now, this seemed to be a question that caught Joe Biden off guard. They said, the reporter asked, are you going to come to Taiwan's defense? And he kind of said, yes. I think he might have caught himself from watching that video. I think he may have caught himself in, wait a minute, that was the wrong answer. Then he went back to the one China policy thing and kind of got bumbled up in what we actually think. Now, the caveat here is, and we need to be upfront and honest about it, the President of the United States does actually set foreign policy. So, in reality, he could change foreign policy on a whim. But that didn't seem like what this was right now. Again, U.S. foreign policy is strategic ambiguity, not that we're going to defend China or defend Taiwan, which is what Joe Biden said. Again, this is dangerous, and I don't want to get people all riled up, especially on a Monday, but this is important and seemingly dangerous because it happened again at a global event. The president is in Asia. If you missed the first couple minutes of this segment, talking about what we're going to do with Taiwan, and it's not good. Now, I hadn't read anything from the White House as of a couple minutes ago that they walked that statement back. If they do walk it back, which I think they're going to, because I think strategic ambiguity is still the way to go militarily, and I would imagine a bunch of his military advisors are going, whoa, 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 dude, don't say that. But again, we'll bring more of that tomorrow if it comes. Hopefully something more clear ends up working itself out. Not too sure. But again, he's in China. Sorry, he's in Asia for the next couple days. I think till the 24th, tomorrow. Been there for a couple days, going to be there for a couple more. So we'll bring any updates on that as they come. I want to get to this. This is fascinating. If you don't know this already, Bill Maher is a noted liberal, has been on the far left for 25 years. He hosts a show on HBO called Real Time with Bill Maher. And while I probably disagree, and while you probably disagree a lot with what Bill Maher has to say policy-wise, he is reasonable at least and is able to have conversations with people that aren't in his specific bubble. Bill Maher, for all of his transgressions, does have conservatives on his show. Ben Shapiro's been on his show numerous times. Matt Schlapp, the CPAC president, has been on his show numerous times. He has people on his show that he doesn't agree with, but he is a reasonable person. That reasonability showed its face on Friday night on Bill Maher's real-time show. You're going to want to watch some of these clips because this is, again, a noted liberal and a noted lefty, super progressive lefty, by the way, that is looking at the transgender movement, I guess you want to call it, within families and their kids, and going, oh, there's something wrong here, and he's calling it out. Watch these couple clips. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and we will discuss on the other side. This is, again, Bill Maher from Real Time on HBO last Friday.
Broken down over time, the LGBT population of America seems to be roughly doubling every generation. According to a recent Gallup poll, less than 1% of Americans born before 1946, that's Joe Biden's generation, identify that way. 2.6% of boomers do, 4.2% of Gen X, 10.5% of millennials, and 20.8% of Gen Z. Which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay in 2054.
So he's talking about sheer numbers there, and it seems to make a lot of sense. Now, he goes on to list this caveat, and I'll list it too, just again, for the sake of being fair. The only thing I care about is fairness. I have a perspective, but the only thing I care about is being fair to arguments. There is some ground to the argument of, okay, well, it's easier to say what you feel or come out, whatever it is that you want to call it, nowadays. But over time, we've talked about this polling before, about 3% of the population identifies as gay. And now that trajectory has skyrocketed. And Bill Maher, like myself, is saying This isn't all explained by a more accepting society. This is explained by a more damning society, honestly, that allows hatred to infect all of the people that aren't, quote unquote, allies or LGBTQ2 plus IA, whatever you want to call it. He goes on, watch this.
And it's okay to ask questions about something that's very new and involves children. The answer can't always be that anyone from a marginalized community is automatically right, trump card, mic drop, end of discussion.
Yeah.
Because we're literally experimenting on children. Maybe that's why Sweden and Finland have stopped giving puberty blockers to kids. Because we just don't know much about the long-term effects. Although common sense should tell you that when you reverse the course of raging hormones, there's going to be problems. We do know it hinders the development of bone density, which is kind of important if you like having a skeleton.
Again, Bill Maher being reasonable. Finland and Sweden, who are, you want to talk progressive? Your Bernie Sanders wing of the Democratic Party loves pointing out the Nordic countries and saying, wow, look at how great their socialized healthcare is. Yeah, their socialized healthcare said, yeah, no more puberty blockers to kids. I don't need to talk much here. I'll let Bill Maher continue on with this last clip of what he thinks is the problem in the growing trend of this trans kids. Again, movement. I don't know if movement is the right word, but we'll call it a movement.
If you attend a small dinner party of typically very liberal upper-income Angelenos, it is not uncommon to hear parents who each have a trans kid having a conversation about that. What are the odds of that happening in Youngstown, Ohio? If this spike in trans children is all natural, why is it regional? Either Ohio is shaming them or California is creating them. If we can't admit that in certain enclaves there is some level of trendiness to the idea of being anything other than straight, then this is not a serious science-based discussion. It's a blow being struck in the culture wars using children as cannon fodder.
Yeah, can't really argue with him there. Again, the issue being that there is some level of a more accepting society being able to say what you want, how you feel, all that sort of stuff. And he said that he agrees with that. That's a good thing in his mind. But there's something going on culturally to where the online media culture that kids are growing up in are telling them, hey, counterculture is this. And counterculture has always been a thing. Kids have always rebelled in some way, shape, or form. I did it. You did it. Literally every angsty teenager did it. But when it comes to that angst and that rebellion causing long-term ramifications via puberty blockers and reconstructive surgery, that's when reasonable people have a problem, such as Bill Maher. So there's that. We'll leave that there. I want to get to this. This is actually I think, super important from what goes around the internet right now. Now, this is something that I feel like everybody on our side should be aware of. Aware of? Aware of. Take two. This is something that I think everybody on our side should be aware of. This video has been making its way around the internet, and it's not what you think. Currently, right now, the World Economic Forum is going on in Davos, or at least was going on either the next day or two or last week. I don't know when it was. But the Economic Forum holds its place in Davos. A bunch of your super, super rich people, a bunch of your well-connected people, a bunch of your politicians, a bunch of your world leaders all go to Davos to talk at the World Economic Forum. This video that I'm about to show you is making the rounds on Twitter. It's the Pfizer CEO talking about a pill that transmits an electronic pulse or something that tells the doctor that you've actually taken the pill. I'm going to play it and then explain what's going on here because, again, this is making its way all around Twitter, all around Instagram, all of that sort of stuff. It's not what you think. Watch this, and then we'll discuss on the other side. Again, I think this is pretty important for all of us to be aware of.
It is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field.
All right, so that was, in fact, the CEO of Pfizer. That was the World Economic Forum that he was talking about. And he was talking about a chip that sends an electric pulse to the healthcare provider that says that you took the actual pill. What it wasn't was current. That clip was from 2018, in which someone in the audience was asking a question. I tried to pull down the longer clip, but this is a big old thing. Basically, the guy was asking a question. Hey, all of this technology, all of this science, all of this medical improvement doesn't help if people don't actually take the medicine that they're being prescribed. Talking about people that have severe diseases in the hospital. People don't take their meds in the hospital. And again, this is not like not taking the jab because you have a 0.0% chance of dying from COVID. That's not this, but people are attributing to this. That's not what they were talking about here. They were talking about, in a hospital setting, how do we make sure people are actually taking their medicine, or at least that we know that they are or are not. That's what he was talking about. Now, the flip side of that is, yeah, this is actually a thing and could be pretty dang scary if used in the wrong way. But the main point I want to get here is this was not a recent clip. And a lot of people that I know and a lot of people that I like and respect were sharing this clip, and myself included too, by the way. Just so I tweeted this out when I first saw it. I'm like, holy cow, this is nuts. And again, it still is nuts, but it didn't happen recently, and it wasn't regarding COVID vaccines or anything else of that nature. It was simply regarding tablets taken by people in a hospital setting 4 years ago. Cool? We good? We're all good on that. Just don't want to make sure that you're all not sharing stuff that isn't true. Dang, we can go on to this whole idea of private companies and censorship, and we just have to work through as a society. You know what? Really quickly, stuff like this is something that we all need to be able to work through as a society. When clips like this make the rounds on the internet, and when deep fakes become a thing, we're all going to need to be better at recognizing it and understanding what it is and not pushing fake news, essentially. Lastly, I want to get to this. This is the least serious thing. Monkeypox. Anybody heard of the monkeypox? That's the new trend in health spurting around the world. Here's everything you actually need to know about monkeypox from some reputable medical professionals. Now, before I get to that stuff, I want to play a clip of Joe Biden getting off a plane, I believe in Korea, and asked about monkeypox by a reporter. And what he said is classic Joe Biden, classic fear-mongering stuff. And then we'll get to what you should actually be looking for if this thing were to be a thing. Watch this.
Mr. President, quick question. What have your health advisors told you your level of concern should be about monkeypox and the cases that are in the United States and around the world?
Well, they haven't told me the level of exposure yet, but it is something that everybody should be concerned about. We're working on it hard, figure out what we do and what vaccine, if any, may be available for it. But it is a concern in the sense that if it were to spread, it's consequential. That's all they've told me.
That's the president being asked about monkeypox, saying everyone should be concerned. But it's something that everybody should be concerned about. Dude, okay, so here we go. If this, and it's not, by the way, it's not. If monkeypox were to be this big, massive thing, the problem that we're all going to see come to fruition is the boy who cried wolf syndrome that the CDC, the FDA, the NIH, all of your big government medical departments. All of the lying that they did to us throughout the last 2 years is going to be a big problem when it comes to their credibility if something big does actually happen again. Now, monkeypox specifically, just so you know and can be aware of, this is from the UK's health website, because I am not the most trusting of the CDC's website or the FDA's website at the moment. Now, that's not good, by the way. It's not good to lose trust in our institutions, but that's just where I'm at right now. Let me know if you're around the same spot. Monkeypox, according to the UK's health website, is a rare infection that's mainly spread by wild animals in parts of West or Central Africa. Now, it has been detected in some humans, I think like a handful of them in the UK. There was a first case in the United States over the weekend. But check this out. This is, again, from the UK's health website. How do you get monkeypox? Monkeypox can be caught from an infected wild animal in parts of West... Yeah, I always talked about that. It's also known to be spread through rodents such as rats, mice, or squirrels. Okay, I think I'm good, at least for that section of it. I'm not going to be touching rodents, rats, mice, squirrels, or head to Central or West Africa anytime soon. So there's that. You can catch monkeypox from an infected animal if you're bitten or touch its blood, bodily fluids, spots, blisters, or scabs. Okay, check that box also. I will not be touching the blood or sharing bodily fluids with an infected animal at this point. So, okay, I think we're good. So far, monkeypox can be spread through touching cloth, bedding, or towels used by someone with the monkeypox rash. Okay, still good. Again, COVID, very, very easily spreadable, especially the Omicron variant or whatever the new variant is now. Very, very spreadable. You're gonna get it. That seems to be settled science at this point. You're going to get the COVID, but thankfully it's not nearly as bad as it was. Just seems to be the case. But fortunately, these things seem to be, you can also get it by touching monkeypox skin blisters or scabs. Yeah, things that I will not be doing. Just so you know, I'm checking all of these boxes as I'm going to be safe from monkeypox, and you will be safe from monkeypox so long as you don't share the body fluids or touch the scabs. I guess if you're a scab licker and you like licking people's scabs, don't do that because monkeypox is out there and you may get it. But other than that, you're going to be fine. Coughs and sneezes of a person with the monkeypox rash can also get you infected. So nothing really to be worried about here with the monkeypox. Let me see. Those with the I can't. Jerusha says those with smallpox vaccines are 85% covered from monkeypox. I don't know that to be true. I'm just reading a comment, which probably is not the best journalistic approach here. I'm just reading comments as they come in. But you know, if that is true, maybe we'll fact check that and see. I don't know. See if that helps. But anyways, yeah, you're going to be fine. Bottom line is you're going to be fine. When Joe Biden says it's something everybody should worry about, yeah, don't listen to him. He has no idea what he's talking about most of the time. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see. That's going to wrap it up for us. That's that. We'll leave all of that stuff there. Appreciate you tuning in, sticking around, making some time out of your day. Those of you who watch the entire show, I really, really appreciate you doing that. Love all of the love all you that submit comments and all that sort of stuff. If you haven't already, give me a follow on any of your social media accounts. I'm using Twitter a lot more now. I didn't used to. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, just go type in Jobob. You'll find me. I'm not that hard. There's not really many other Jobobs out there. I'm the one with the picture. Oh yeah, my header is like me, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, Isabel Brown, all hanging out. So you can find me on Twitter. Just type in Jobob. Type in Job pretty much anywhere, wherever you watch this. If you're watching on Facebook, yeah, you can find me. We'll have conversations. I answer pretty much all of my messages. If I haven't answered your message, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's where you can find me, get a hold of me, send me stories, all that sort of stuff. If Joe Biden says anything ridiculous while in Asia, either today or tomorrow or this morning or yesterday morning, whatever the time difference is there, we'll bring it to you tomorrow. We'll be at the same time, same place at the Dingy Bunker. I'm going to be any show announcements that I gotta take up. I'm going to be in Phoenix today, but I don't know if we're airing that live. Anyways, you can find me on social media and any of the other media appearances I do. We can gather together there. But that's going to do it for us today. Appreciate all you sticking around. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless America.